episode, yeah. Freaking Mushoku Tensei's back, everyone. So, Rudues meets the Demon Lord, and she's like, I'm gonna give you power, boy! Yeah. So, let's first of all talk about that part, right? They really definitely changed how they're showing her, not her, but I mean, I never seen this anime go into this direction. They kind of went something like, I guess I would compare it to like Cartoon Network, Ren and Stimpy kind of thing. Yeah, she's doing the kind of the big mouth, her body is growing. It went into kind of like the, I guess, 90s or like late 90s, maybe early 2000 kind of Cartoon Network style. So that was kind of interesting. I'm not saying it's bad or good, I'm just saying it was interesting. And what could be really cool if they keep doing it all with her and all the character, then she's gonna like stand out more because she's the only one getting this weird behind her and so on. So I like that. That it definitely made her feel different, right? Like she's definitely standing out now from the other characters, because he's the only one having this kind of, I would call it like kind of the Western kind of Cartoon Network, the kind of again 90 art style, right? Whatever you call it, something like that. So that's really interesting. That's really cool. And then of course she gives Rudues yet a new power, freaking future sight little power something, right? And that scene was great, but she was like, you want an eye power? And it's like, yeah, he punches him in his eye and forces into his eye. Take the eye power! It's like, yeah, okay. That was very, very brutal, but it felt very, I think, Mushoku Tensei. She's basically beating him up, right? Yeah, it's like putting the eye inside of him. It's like, you're gonna have my eye power, take it for yourself. Aren't you like an otaku? Yeah, weakling. And so on. But anyway, really a new power up. So that's a good start, I guess, of the new season here. You know, I am the only, so I guess it has like the future sight kind of power. Mostly feels like he can predict stuff generally, as you see with Ares. Like he can like, you know, determine what's gonna happen, right, to some extent. I guess it's limited by his steal speed though, which makes sense, right? So because we see that a lot of other show, right? If you have the power to predict stuff, to be able to like, you know, analyze what a guy's gonna do, but if he's way faster than you, doesn't matter. It's still magical though, so I guess it's better than just being able to predict their behavior, because you can like you can't trick him, I guess, with how say it, doing it random. You probably see it anyway, right? Because it's like a magical prediction more than just analyzing behavior. But of course, it has to be the speed enough, right? I always think about one fight scene when I see this kind of power, and that's Quicksilver versus this random loser guy in the Siege. Whatever, Siege is a Marvel storyline, but basically Quicksilver, right, super fast guy. He's fighting a guy that can read people's mind. So he has like a short range telepathic mind reading as a martial artist. So he beats people by, you know, reading their mind and beats them up. And then he meets Quicksilver in Marvel, and Quicksilver is like, yeah, you see the punch. Well, he keeps beating up because he's fighting his daughter or so on. I think get angry, yeah. But I think it's a great scene how he's like beating him up very, very slowly, but still fast, right? So he gets all mental insane, right? Because he keeps beating him, but like in slow, fast motion, yeah, and so on. But that's the issue if you have like, you know, mind reading powers, right? Okay, I can read what you're gonna do, but I can't explain. This wouldn't help, right? He can open Ares isn't fast enough. He can like, oh, she's gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, right? But if it was Ghislaine instead, Ghislaine is just Odin, right? I would imagine that he has no chance to avoid, you know, best wife, right? Ares, of course, way weaker. But I like how this definitely moved into that Ares dance later on, of course. I would say depressed, but I love to see she was like kind of in bed, just like, it's unfair. You know, she's like, you're cheating. Yeah, I like this a lot, right? Because it's like a meta thing, but we clearly know he's the main character. He's the main character, gets a new power up. He's an OP fantasy guy, right? And she's like, it's not fair. I train hard too. I train every day. You're out like walking around. You get a better power than I have. You know, it's just cheating. Stop being the main character. And yeah, I love this scene because that again, why I really love the anime, because I feel the anime is so much more. I don't know what to call it even. Down to earth, realistic, self-aware maybe. That is an anime that is trying to make up fantasy, but still self-aware enough to, you know, like see its own tropes and actually make the character affect around it. So for example, if you compare something else that's famous, like Slime, okay, I like Slime, you know, I like Rimuru, he's a great character, but in Rimuru's case, he's not really like, you know, oh, I got a new power-up, yeah, oh, the other guys are gonna be sad about that. No, he's like, oh, you also get power-ups. I suppose in Slime he gives them powers too by getting stronger himself, but still though, right, he's never really like contemplating that, oh, I'm so much better than everyone else, right, I can protect them. But he actually felt that Rudues, that's what I mean by he's a good written character, because you actually do feel that he's getting a little bit like, I'm sorry, Aris, I don't want to be that much strong. Yeah, you actually feel he's getting like guilt feeling. He's feeling the guilt that he's so much better than her. Yeah. Of course, he's like, oh man, I beat her too easily. Oh no, I'm ruining her confidence. So that's what I think is really great, and I really love. I think he's like the best written character this year, easily probably, because this is what makes him human, right? This is what makes him human. I don't want to say like I am as good as him, so I can relate. But for example, I can relate in the sense of talked about it earlier, right? Guilty Gear. So I played out Guilty Gear, like Rudues do, right? And I am like the 10 of 10 rank. You have 10 ranks in Guilty Gear. I'm the highest rank. And when I play with my friends, right, that are up and down in skill level, it's actually kind of annoying in that sense, because I do feel I have to hold back, right? I'm like, they have no chance beating me, right? It's like rank 7, 8, but I'm not man, right? I'm much better than them. You get in the position where you're like, I don't want to, you don't want to take it not seriously, but at the same time, sometimes I know my friends, like they go and train, right? They go and train for a few weeks, then they want to have a rematch, and I still crush them, right? You feel like, you almost feel kind of bad that you're crushing them after, because I had it with my friend, like one of my best friends, he seriously played Guilty Gear for like maybe 4 or 5 hours every day for like 2 to 3 weeks, right? And then after that, he's like, I am back to defeat you, right? He's like coming to me to fight me in Guilty Gear. Like, seriously, it's summer. And I still just crushed him. I just owned him anyway, right? Because I'm much better than him. I play extra low too. So if you play extra low, looks like me, he's a control character, right? If you play him correctly, you can't do shit, right? It's a very big difference between as a control character in a game. But anyway, then I feel kind of bad, honestly. I'm not a monster, right? I don't feel kind of guilty. That's like, oh yeah, sorry about that. It's like, yeah, like I know you trained for a few weeks, but you still lost. And so yeah, that's why I do feel, that Rudues it feels very like a real character, because she's crying here, and after he beats her, he feels that, oh shit, maybe I actually really hurt her spirit by beating her, right? And he has that like conflicting emotions of, am I too good for my friend, right? Am I holding her back by losing her confidence or whatever, or ruining for her and so on, right? So I think that it's really good in this anime. And that's again, why I really like it. I hope people understand my Guilty Gear reference, but his best Guilty Gear, come on, it's perfectly exemplified. I'm talking about. No, but I think that more people have been there, right? But this is again why he feels like a real character, because he actually is reflecting on what happens to other people, right? You know what I mean? He's actually reflecting, like his actions are affecting his party members, and he's actually reflecting over that, right? And trying to either help them or try to avoid the hurt their feelings or whatever, right? Where I feel in most of the animes, the main character doesn't seem to have any understanding of what is happening to his party members. They have like, yeah, we're best friends, woo, nakama, but they don't really have any like deep understanding of how their actions actually affect other people, except in the most superficial way. If I save them from dying, they don't die, right? But not like if I defeat them here. So yeah, I won't say it's unique for this anime, but I definitely feel this anime is really stalking them. It's interesting. You see it a few times, and I guess she's like observing. I mean, she's his sensor, right? She's his master, and she's like I don't say she's in love with him, but a little bit. But she's of course deeply concerned with her favorite boy, right? Rudues. So I guess she is like stalking them and like observing what they're doing with I guess his party members and how it's going through and so on. I guess he's like running around here, and eventually they're gonna have to meet, right? Eventually they have to meet. I guess so. We see the two, of course. He clearly spotted her, right? So you kind of see this blue hair behind him. This is how funny. Yeah, you kind of see this blue hair woman behind him, right? That is not Roxy, but the very next scene, Roxy runs past him, like in the hallway. So this looks like another Roxy, right? Because it looks so similar, I guess. But after this scene, she's definitely running past him, though. So I'm a little bit like, maybe it's her in disguise. Looks like an older Roxy, though. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I guess she's stalking him. I guess she's like she's gonna follow her. Yeah, and then the next scene she comes running past him anyway, right? So first she walks past an older Roxy that looks almost exactly like her, but I guess older. And then the next scene she runs past him anyway. So she's like running around it all over the place, little Roxy-chan. I hope she's gonna meet him up, right? But I'll give this theory here though. The last pig with Roxy here. I mean, I'm the only, so I'm just guessing, right? Take my complete guess here. I don't think they're gonna team up. It doesn't feel to me that he's actually gonna travel with Roxy. Roxy has her own team, right? With the baby and so on. They have their party going on. I don't feel that they're actually gonna combine these parties. Actually, they're like two different adventure parties, and I guess they might collaborate, like in one story or something, and then they're gonna like go different paths on that. Doesn't feel like Roxy is actually gonna, team up like an elf lady. I guess it's an elf. With big up, typical bigger woman, right? Big hair and so on. Yeah, so I don't think these characters are really gonna be with Rudues. I don't think so. I think these three are gonna have their own adventure, right? And then they're probably gonna cross paths with Rudues during this season. Again, though, as I said, I do think they're gonna team up in one episode or two, right? It feels like they're gonna, of course, combine in one episode. Be like, oh, a dragon, we have to fight this dragon. Let's all come together, right? Something like that. But otherwise, I think Roxy wants him to like do it by himself, right? That's my guess, though. Again, I'm just completely guessing that, but I think so. Looking at the ending too, we kind of see them on their own path in the ending. We don't see Rudues or whatever with Roxy in the ending. We see them separately. We see Rudues and Ares in a cave, and we see Roxy at a meadow, I guess, right? And they kind of go back and forth. So I don't think we're gonna have them actually team up, but maybe this will be a continuing thing that Roxy is gonna be stalking him during the episodes. That wouldn't surprise me if next episode will be the same thing. We're gonna see Roxy running past him, in different hallways and so on, kind of looking after him, and yeah, I'm gonna guess that they probably won't meet up with Roxy in a meaningful way here, probably later. Whatever, that's kind of it, I guess. From well, I'm sure he's gonna obviously use the boy. Yeah, obviously, again, the last point I can make from the report here is he's clearly picking up a new friend here, which has the OP lady in the ending there. But yeah, that's one of my favorite. I have like almost every shirt now. I should buy a Ghislaine shirt though. I have a Ghislaine, of course, poster, which is like not showing anything, like with Mirko and so on. But I should probably get I'm working on my own shirt. I usually make my own shirt, so I'm working on like maybe a Mirko shirt or Melona shirt. I want to make a shirt and do it myself with like Ghislaine, Mirko, and Melona on the same shirt. I'm working on my own design there. When I have time. So, but whatever. Last point here. This guy is gonna be important for some extent, right? And I really say that because I saw the ending. Because him and his woman there, like his partner or girlfriend or whatever, right? His wife, they are in the ending. That's what this guy is gonna be, at least in more one episode. Because otherwise he wouldn't be in the ending. I'm gonna leave it at that. He's in the ending, that means something. And he has like a cute girlfriend with big op eyes, and that's cool, and that means something. And he's gonna probably be in the next episode. Probably maybe more episodes, right? He's like the only new character in the ending, him and his woman, right? The only two characters, him and his partner, yeah. The only two persons that are new in the ending. But anyway, that tells you guys ending, review, and so on. What we have tomorrow, some new animes, I guess, maybe. But yeah, very good episode 1. I say it easily, it's a 10 out of 10. I mean, I really love how Rudues is so concerned, right? For his girlfriend-ish, right? Whatever she's to him, Ares, yeah. Girlfriend, sister, best friend, partner, right? I really love how he's so... He has that guilt feeling of, I'm too powerful, and it gives me guilt trip, right? Tomorrow we have the vampire comedy show. That I'm gonna watch tomorrow, yeah, definitely. And then we have this Isekai horror show tomorrow too. I'm gonna watch. And then we have like the horror show, but it's not a Isekai, I think. It's a fantasy show. And then we also have the assassin from Rudues author. That we're gonna watch too. It's coming this week. They're coming a lot of fantasy shows. Very anime. But anyway, guys, I just watched Mirko-chan 2, episode 1. Pretty good. Anyway, see you guys. Have a great day. Yeah, tomorrow then it's gonna be comedy, horror, fantasy reaction to, I guess. And then a bunch of Isekai horror shows coming this week. Yeah, like 4 of them. But I feel this here. I'm not saying those shows are bad, but I feel pretty confident that this Isekai is gonna be the best Isekai. I mean, I think the best anime. I absolutely think the one was the best so far this year, right? And I feel confident it's gonna beat the other ones.